Hello everybody, how are you doing out there? As you can see, I've actually decided to name this Tea Time. I'm probably gonna just make some changes to the name over the course of the weeks as I see fit. But right now I think that's a good fit for the show. I love tea, so it's not gonna be that much. Before I get into some of the news, and one of them is really good news, I want to talk about my comment section. There's a comment on my video from yesterday. I'm not going to delete it, but from here on out, if there's a bad comment, I will be deleting it because I don't want those kind of comments on my sections. Especially when it alludes to something that I don't like a whole community doesn't want to be called. You know, it's just like anything in life. You have to be respectful. I love comments. I love free speech, but when you're disrespectful to other people, that's when you don't get free speech. I'm sorry. Plus, it's my channel, and I can do what the hell I want with it. So if you're going to be disrespectful, I'm going to be disrespectful right back and delete your comments. If you're respectful, I will make sure your comment is seen and doesn't leave there. I encourage conversation, but when that conversation is just mean-spirited baloney, then I'm just going to delete it. Like I said, if you disagree, please write it down in the comments. I really don't care. Other than that, I do thank everybody who watched my video yesterday. Hopefully you got some good stuff out of it and would actually like to, do some stuff. I don't think you're going to be watching this video, but I do thank you for watching my videos. That's including my Let's Plays and stuff like that. However, I do have to apologize. My Twitch channel is on hold at this very moment because I kind of lost my debit card, and yeah, I couldn't pay the license for the streaming thing that I use. So it's going to be on hold for the moment until I can get that all taken care of, which will probably be another week or something. I don't know. But other than that, let's talk about some of the news that's out there. First, let's talk about this dress that everybody on social media is talking about. I'm not going to put up a video. I'll try to find a link to it and put it in the description, maybe at a later time or whatever, but this dress is pretty funny. It's a black and blue dress, and yes, it is a black and blue dress. The style that's on the regular site that the dress is from don't list it in white and gold. However, somebody posted it. Some people are seeing white and gold in it, and a different person than the one who posted it said it was a test, and you're gonna see like how your emotions play with how you see things. The only thing is that's kind of BS from a scientific standpoint. The reason why some people are saying white and gold instead of the black and blue dress, this has to do with your lighting settings on your laptop and stuff like that. Because a lot of people came out and debunked it, saying, well, on my phone I'm getting this color, and on my computer I'm getting this color. So, emotion has nothing to do with how you see colors. It does, however, mess with your mind sometimes, and you perceive stuff in a different light than most other people. The other thing I'm going to talk about today is I alluded about it yesterday and how I didn't want to talk about it until we got the ruling and everything, and that's the FCC ruling on net neutrality. They passed it. Yeah, it was a slim margin, 3-2, but net neutrality is a thing now, a modern thing now, much to the chagrin to a lot of conservatives. And to those conservatives, I have to say, get over it. Net neutrality is a good thing. You don't understand this. And yes, it is now listed as they now listed the internet as a utility. This is good freaking news. We probably won't see the ramifications of it for a while, but yes, having internet listed as a utility now makes it a lot better. That means speeds cannot be messed with. Net neutrality was a good thing. It is still a good thing. And if you want to tell me differently, write it down in the comments. But as I said before, please be respectful. But net neutrality is a good thing, and I'm glad to see that they passed it. It was, like I said, 3-2 decision, which I don't like. I don't like the fact that it was so close. That it was 3-2, because that means there's two people in that committee or in the FCC that did not take the time to look at people's emails and make a decision from the thing. This is going to go into what I'm going to start ranting about here. Yes, these are going to turn into little rants sometimes, and that's the perceived thing that you have to keep your beliefs. I mean, I mentioned this yesterday, and it's just a continuation on how beliefs color everything. Ideas are a better thing than a belief. Like, I've always believed that, and I have an idea of it, because if I start believing it, it's going to be hard to change that belief. So what happens is we go down the line, we draw a line in the sand saying, this is what we believe in, and nobody's going to tell me otherwise. Well, the only problem with that, and this is a problem with the movement that I'm trying really hard not to name, is the political belief system. Everybody believes that they're right in this. Everybody believes what they're fighting for is right. Well, like I said, I had a troll on my video yesterday. Right means stuff. That is not a belief, and that's not an idea. That's just being mean on the internet. Yes, you can be mean on the internet. Yes, you can do that. But this is where a lot of people misunderstand freedom of speech. And technically, there is no such thing as freedom of speech. You do not have the freedom to say whatever you want. Well, that's the First Amendment. Actually, it's not. I got in trouble with this in high school because I tried to push my freedom of religion onto one of my classes because they were going to talk about the Great Flood. And at the time, I was not Christian, but not anything at the moment. Nowadays, I really don't care, and I probably would have read it anyway. But at the same time, I was in ROTC at the time. It was 10th grade, but I was in 10th grade. And we were talking about it, and I was, saying something about, I might have to write a story, like a flood type story, because I don't want to read this. And I said something about freedom of religion. He's like, that because I said something about the First Amendment and how it guarantees my freedom of religion. He's like, no, it doesn't. And after rereading the First Amendment, and this is where everybody gets it wrong, The thing says that Congress shall not pass any law that prohibits the freedom of yeah, that's all the First Amendment says. The First Amendment does not guarantee you free speech. It just means that Congress should pass no law, on it. And on the top of that, you have the freedom to do whatever you want, as long as it doesn't pass into anybody else's freedom. And this is where a lot of people get, say, well, you're prohibiting my freedom of speech. Well, you're also prohibiting my freedom of speech. So whose freedom of speech gets the right of way there? Nobody's. That's why I subscribe to the thing that, if it harm none, do what thou will. Because that way nobody's freedom is getting trampled over. I'm not harming anybody by believing in the stuff I do. And when I do believe, if facts are presented to me in a way that I say, okay, I'm wrong on this, thank you. Which is why when I get in conversations over Twitter or Tumblr or any other medium that I get in conversations with, if it seems like the other person is not, getting my point of view, or I'm getting theirs, I will actually thank them for the conversation, as long as it's done in a respectful manner. Because I do believe that if you're going to change my mind, that means your point of view, you presented the facts a lot better than the facts that I know. And that's the thing. Also, I want to touch about real quick is the definition of truth, because a lot of people don't understand that. When they say, "Well, these people are lying," they don't understand the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. It works the same way too. Let's go back to this movement that I keep alluding to, and don't really want to bring up. But I'll still use the hashtag on Twitter, and I'll still follow, But, it comes down to, yes, there are truths, and yes, there are certain people within both sections that are like this. Is that the majority? No. And that's one thing that I don't like right now, is that we're going to extremes. We're going, all of this people are this way. All these people are this way. No, not at all. There are people that see different things. And the so-called truth you're having, until you know the whole story, you don't know half of it. And it's really true, and it's getting to the point where everybody decides to have an opinion about something and a belief about something, and all of a sudden that's the truth, and blah blah blah, and yes, and blah blah blah. The one thing I will point out on this whole thing, and yes, my mind does this, it just changes subjects really fast like this as I'm talking, is that people are saying that they want fair and objective reviews. That's fine. But once they start describing it, they don't want the fair and objective thing. They do want subjective views, as long as it coincides with their beliefs. There's nothing wrong with having opposing viewpoints on a subject, as long as, like I said, you're respectful and you come across like you know how to articulate that sentence and your position. I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong in a debate or a conversation. Yes, I'll start playing devil's advocate at some point, even if I agree with something, because I think I said this yesterday. I like challenging people's notions and make them think about stuff. you can't be thinking if you just turn your blind eye to what's not going on around you. But I'm gonna end here. If you want to comment down below. But like I said, please keep it respectful, and I will be respectful for your freedom of speech. If you're not respectful, I'm going to be not respectful to your freedom of speech either. I'm actually going to delete those comments as soon as I'm done with this. So, but yeah, if you want to comment, please. If you like what you see, please don't hesitate to hit the like button. Please subscribe if you like what I'm saying, and even if you don't, subscribe. That way you can keep challenging me every day and be like, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. As long as you're respectful about it, I'm gonna keep talking to you. So, well, this edition of Tea Time is done. So I'm gonna say goodbye, and follow me on Twitter at Iloni Sephora if you want. If not, then don't worry about it. I will talk to everybody later. Bye.